What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back on this Thursday already for an update where we are going to talk about the plan for the future a bit because there was um, a lot of contract news. Like a lot. When I mean a lot, it's crazy. Like it feels like they all kept them waiting until now. But there is an idea behind it. Sometimes a bit more confusing than logical, maybe. Sometimes just logical and sometimes just confusing. But we will go over it because it's quite a lot. And I think the idea is very clear. The idea is lower the costs. And by doing that, you are going to need to extend certain players. But before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and let's go. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going player by player or like the players mentioned. Let me know in the comments, player by player, if you say yes or no, because it's quite a lot. And it starts with Chesney. He has a contract until 25, but he is on reportedly, and I'm going to talk about net, and I can be wrong, 500,000, whatever, it is what it is. But net, he's on six and a half net euros. He's one of the highest. He's top 3 pay player in the squad. I've always said it. I don't think he deserves that money. I don't think any goalkeeper deserves that money. Like I'm just not. I'm just gonna be honest. Unless your name is Buffon and you're in your prime, nobody deserves that kind of money. Like that's just me. Management, previous management handed out that contract, and now you need to deal with it. Now you need to make a choice. Are you gonna go and pay him less, but add more numbers, add more years to the contract, or are you gonna sign a new player? Because Perin, yes, he's cheap. I don't think Perin is the answer. I don't think that's what the club is thinking. And are we in a situation to spend money on a goalkeeper right now? I think we have far bigger issues to resolve before we even get to the goalkeeper. Perin said, I think was it last year, I'd rather play less at a winning team than play a lot at a team that's not winning. Well, not none of both are happening now, and there are rumors that he wants to leave now because he wants to play, and that's fair. Like if he wants to play, go out and play. I guess. I don't think they're gonna sell Chesney. I think they will try to hand out a new deal, and with a new deal, I mean add a year, maybe two, but lower that wage and spread that over the next 2 years. I think that's what the club is. I don't think they're in for a goalkeeper. I don't think they want Perin to be the number one as well. I could be completely mistaken, but just going off the rumors, I don't think that's what the club was doing. So Chesney is the first one. Moving down, Bremer by surprise, because he has a contract until 27. I think that's extremely long still. I don't think he needs to open talks with Bremer, but according to Nico Shira, that deal is extremely close, and I'm shocked about it. He's on 4.5, 5 million euros. Um, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure which direction they're going with that. Like, are they gonna add one more year and lower that wage annually? I think that's the idea. I don't think you need to be scared about him leaving, or like he could leave, but like he has a contract until 27. So that's, I think, to spread that wage and actually save a very minimal amount. So that's why I'm very confused and surprised by it. But the rumor is 28, and I think you're gonna save money like on a year-to-year basis, but I think it's gonna be very minimal with Bremer. So that's why I'm very confused. But that's one of the contracts they're trying to do, and that one kind of caught me out of surprise. Then Gatti, he got done 28. Rugani, 24, free agent in the summer. Um, I don't know. Like I prefer no, and you sign new players. That's just me because yes, he's doing a good job, and he will be on very cheap. He's on 3.5 now. What will be cheap? I don't know. 1.5. Will he drop to 1.5? I don't think he has a choice because if he's a free agent, he's not gonna get that money anywhere. So it's up to him. I prefer to sign new players and bring in youngsters, Hoyson or whatever, if he's not going on loan, and give Huijsen the opportunity to play, a couple of games here and there, and then grow into the starting 11 potentially, because I don't want to see Danilo as a long-term solution at center back. It should be the next one up, because when I look at Danilo, I'm not like, oh, you're a Chiellini type of player. I hope you can play for another 4 years. Like, if we lose Danilo, I'm I'm like, I'm calm with it, because there are rumors. There's news that Danilo won't be fit against Fiorentina. I don't think it makes any difference if he's there or if he's not there. I don't think he's that type of player. So I think when I see Rugani getting a new deal, and Gatti and Bremer and Danilo, I'm a bit fearful of what that could mean for a player like Huijsen potentially, because if all these players are there, it doesn't really look good, or one of these players need to have a complete meltdown, and are we going to play with a 3-5-2 continuously? Is that the idea? So a lot of question marks, but I prefer no Rugani. I prefer to bring up another player, sign potentially new player. That goes same for Danilo, because I don't rate these players that highly. I don't think they're difference makers. So it's a tough one with Rugani. Preferably, I would say no and move on. But I think he's gonna get one. I think he's gonna get a 2-year deal at 1.5 or whatever, something like that. But let's see. We did that with Deschilio. I don't even know where Deschilio is at this moment in time when he's back. He was in training a month ago or so, and that deal is completely useless, as everybody could have told you. The moment we handed up that deal, and that goes without the injury included. Just not a good player. Um, Locatelli, next one, 28. He has one until 26. That's still quite a lot, in my opinion. That was always going to happen. Like, he is never going to leave unless the club pushes him out. Um, I like Locatelli. I think he's playing much better the last couple of weeks. I hope he keeps it up. I hope he keeps improving, because I think he can be a long-term very good player for this squad, so I'm fine. Like, I get why he's getting that deal. 26, I still think you can wait a year, me personally. But I understand what the club is thinking. I would preferably wait another season before I make that deal happen, but I can see what the club is doing right here. So he's gonna get a new deal. Rabiot, that's a deal that will be done, if it will be done, next part of the season, towards the end of the season. I don't think it's something that will be done now. So kind of pointless to talk about it, because I think it depends on a lot of things. We cannot measure it now. Fagioli, getting a new deal until 28, plus an increase in wages, which I like. I know people are saying, and I get why. Oh, now you can get him on a increase, yes, but very cheap. I'm so baffled, because in any normal job, you are not gonna get a new contract, let alone a new contract with an increase in salary, because he's not there. He's not gonna play a lot of games. He's just not gonna be fit, or like, he's not just gonna be there for the next 7 months. And but that was always gonna happen. Like, it feels very strange, suspended, and you're gonna get a new deal with more money. It's just strange. I would not tell him to leave. I would have keep him, but it's to be seen how he's gonna keep his position. Because if Miretti plays more, and you sign a Samardzic, and you potentially keep Rabiot, whatever, I don't even see how he's gonna make it back into the starting 11, unless one of those players we've talked about are gonna have complete nightmares of a drop off. So Fagioli, new deal. McKennie, potentially new deal. That's no for me. I like how he's playing now. I mean, it doesn't look that poor, but he's playing on the right hand side, because we don't have options on the right hand side. That's not on him. That's on the club. He's doing okay, but for that position, he offers not even close to what a player in that position should be offering. I think that's just the truth, and that's not his fault. He has limitations, and if I want to have backups, I prefer to have different type of backups. I don't think he also deserves to play. So McKennie is still a no for me. He's playing okay, but like, it's still a no. Like, he's not a player I look up and I'm like, wow, I want to keep him. No, just pretend. No, just no. And then the next one up is Chiesa. I think he will sign a deal, But I think it will be a very short-term deal, and then they will figure it out. I believe it's going to be something like that. I think his agent is holding out. I think the club is, a bit doubtful at this moment in time what they need to do. I think they want to keep him. I think Chiesa wants to stay. I think they will find a solution, but I don't think it's going to be 28. I'll be shocked if it's something like that. I think it's 1 year or whatever, and they will figure it out down the line. So something to keep an eye on. Also, something I think is for the second part of the season, which is not ideal. It's absolutely not ideal with the Euros coming up. I hope they wrap that up quickly. But let's see. Then Junior talks about a new deal. Yeah, 25. I don't think he's going to sign a new deal. Nor should he. He should leave because there's no good reason why he's not getting any minutes. Because everything he showed at this moment in time screams playing time. It doesn't scream benched. So for his own sake, just leave. And loan, I don't think he will accept a loan. I think he just leave. I think he's good enough to sign a contract somewhere else and just play week in, week out. So I think that's gone. Vlahovic, 1 year extension, potentially 2. Also same reason, spread the wages. Also on too much money. Previous management. But I think that's just to spread the wages as well. I think that's the only reason why they're talking about it now, because he has one until 26. And then Sule, according to Romano, we are in talks with him. No pressure because that was planned. They both want to do this deal and potentially come back in the summer, or that's the idea, basically. So we need to keep that in mind. But that's basically the list. A lot of these players, I'm going to say like 6, they want to do before the new year, and potentially Chiesa sneaking in there, hopefully. Because I think that's the most important one at this moment in time, looking at the length of the contract and the importance of the player. But that's it. Let me know in the comments who you would renew, who not. Keep in mind, some of these are just purely to spread the wages. Some of them not, obviously. Some needed, and some maybe not needed, but still the club wants to do that. So let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be back tonight. Ciao.